So many advices to build team efficiency. The first thing is to build team empathy as a leader. And how do we do that? So why do I do this? Because I create a video stream in which working professionals will be benefited. They will open up to new ideas. So hi, this is Sangeeta and I'm a leadership growth mentor. I help people thinking differently, and I don't give you any clues. Those were already you can find somewhere. Whatever I have used in my working professional life, that is what I give you, and how they have succeeded in giving results as well as giving me happiness about um being happy all the time irrespective of the result. So here are the 10 clues that we can have. First thing is the tips are also as as funny as the topic is. The topic is not funny, of course, but as I said, these are real life, my ways of looking at things. So maybe you will have a different way of looking at things, and that is perfectly okay. That is perfectly okay, because no, everybody needs to think differently and their own way, and not to compare oneself with another person. Not to, of course, we all can take good ideas about others which we resonate with, not because the other person is very successful. It is because that is how we also feel inside about that particular aspect. So we can take ideas, but we know sometimes while taking an idea we feel lot of inner resistance. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it is not so good as well. Sometimes why it is not so good? Because the way we have been brought up, the way our experience has been, our worldview has been very different. So if we are thinking about positively about something, but there are something which you cannot do without, like say there are some habits, like Robin Sharma says to get up early, right? So one of your team members might not reach office in time. So how do you handle that? You tell everybody to be punctual, right? But one experience so happened, like I asked one of the employees, why are you so late all the time? And everybody knew that I always in office before time. So, and I leave office after everybody is left. So she told me, you have a vehicle to come to office, a driver comes to pick you up, and you straight drive from your home to office, so you cannot be late, right? You don't have any reason to be late. But think of me, I'm a mother, I'm a wife. My husband goes to office too, so I have to pack his lunch box as well. My children go to school, I have to prepare them, make them ready for school. I have to look at their lunch boxes as well. I have to think about the food that they will eat once they are back. I have to also cook for my in-laws who are there, who need some support. I have to also arrange something for the neighbors who at times take care of my mother-in-law, who is there at home. And so looking at so many things, cooking, cleaning the house, taking care of the clothes, keeping the house in order, all these things take time. And then when I board the bus or the auto, always I don't get the one within my affordability. So the auto sometimes charges um, uh, like say it is exuberantly, and I am unable to pay. So I take a share auto, and if the share auto is not available, then I have to wait for some time, so that 4 or 5 or 6 people are there, at least 3 people are there, so that I can take that share auto to the same destination. So it takes time, and after the auto I have to take a bus, and the bus has its own time. So nothing in my life is in my control, and to be able to come to office at 9:30, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and by 9 my children leave, so I have to leave by 8:30. So I cannot leave before my children leave. So that is one reason why I cannot come. So what do you do to the team discipline in this case? Why to be so particular about time? Are you not looking at the productivity? The lady, if she is able to deliver her work by the end of the day, isn't that sufficient? Actually, I don't agree to people's theory that this is indiscipline, some kind of indiscipline. I don't agree to that, because I know India, I know the places, how the conveyance has been, how the traffic has been. So there is nothing in order to be able to consistently being in time, being a mother, and being a wife, and still working. So I give concession in this case. You might be facing lot of such scenarios in which you have to give in. So you have to take look into other factors where you are ensuring that the team member is performing right. So that is the context with which I come with managing team efficiency. How to manage with productivity with less time. So the first thing is organize a goal in mind. So you know your difficulties, right? Now you have this lady coming late. The other people also are might take clue. Like say when I am lenient towards this lady, they also take advantage and they also come late. So what do? You fix a deadline at 11, might be 9:30 is the office time, and deadline is, you can fix a deadline at 11, because that is the time by which everybody should come, should reach, no matter how late they are at this thing, that thing, in the way or anything. So by 11, so you have how many hours? By 5 these people will leave. Lunch hour is from 1 to 2. People make it to 2:30. So you cannot help, because again they are going to lunch where there might be rush, and they have to accommodate it. So you give 2.5 hours that way. 1.5 hours in the morning. So how much time? About 4 hours we have given away. So how much time is left with? You have only 4 hours left. So that is what, when I say that you can make 8 hours into 4 hours every day, this is what I meant. Because you have to, your circumstances are such that you have to do your 8 hours job in 4 hours. So essentially each of us does that only. So I accept that fact, that sorry, As it is, we are delivering within 4 hours. So if everything is okay in order, then we can save 4 hours easily. That is a simple funda that I give. So when I say saving 4 hours every day, I mean that each of us is effective or efficient or working during those 4 hours only. So now within that 4 hours, you have to achieve something. So put a goal which will be achievable within your deadline, working 4 hours a day. The entire team works for 4 hours only in a day. See if there is some possibility of working after office hours. Not many people can do. Can the lady who is a mother, a wife, and also is working, can she take work home? Is it not advisable also? So everybody says work life balance, so when that is so, you cannot ask anybody to take work home, but you can ask people to think back home. Can you? So ask people to think at home. So just a minute, on usual. So when they think, back of the mind, the thinking happens. You are not thinking, taking your time away from the family. Not everybody can do that again. So you know which person can give. You also can't discourage people to from being attentive at wherever they are. If they are with family, let them be with family for the entire time. But even then, the problem or the deadline happens, right? So don't be very particular about that, like thinking while you are with the family about work, but you cannot avoid. So if that is so, if that thought process is going on inside your mind, then the next day what you can do is call the team meeting and encourage people to speak up with whatever they thought from last day to this day. Because while coming to office, if it takes 1.5 hours, even then they are thinking how to complete this work. So you give a deadline, you give a goal. Everybody comes up with a different kind of design, how they will be performing within that deadline. So take that as their blueprint, their timeline, their work structure, and their design of how to do the work within that time. So that flexibility is will be very welcome, because that is what your empathy is towards your team. Because you know, you accept, you adapt, you acknowledge their lifestyle and how their life is. So this way, this is the trick you can have to organize goal in mind. So the goal is not in your goal only, the goal also goes to their minds as well. So that is done. Then what we can do is, sorry, I am organizing the entire video also, so other people also will be benefiting. Organize like a kindergarten classroom. So what do we mean by that? Take help of pictures, take help of toys, take help of stickers, pen, drawing paper, and some calendar where you can draw something, where you can stick something, where you can like say display something. and it should look like a kindergarten classroom, so that people get that vibe that you are um, you actually are okay with the playfulness of the team. It is not only you, it will be them also. They will also be sticking something. So encourage them to stick something. Take a good look at whatever they are sticking along with yours. Take the message and understand from their perspective. It has a huge impact on the team as to how they will go about this particular exercise. Then the third is tailor your system to your style. Now, there will be, when you are encouraging people to come up with whatever their thought process is, people will come up with lot of ideas. Not every idea will look like very synchronized in the beginning, and you cannot also allow too much of freedom to express people uh, like diverse from each other. So it has to be synchronization of each other's style. That can be their own expression, but when it goes like say way beyond your control limit, then you have to put your foot down and bring them to the synergy. Explain why you have registered to their expression 100%. Slowly, over a period of time, they will see your point and they will comply. Everybody has a style, and the most you can do is, like, sometimes discipline also is very necessary. You will allow the freedom, but also the discipline is not going far off from your target, that kind of discipline. So whatever style they have, their style, your style, integration needs to be made so that synergy is created, and then the entire thing, everybody knows tentatively at what time this particular portion of this particular goal is getting executed. Then the next is organizing anything. How do you organize anything? For this, you have to go a step back, and you have to have an understanding or a written thing wherein you have written the strength. For the example, suppose a workshop is happening, right? So how many things in a workshop is to be done? It is not only the speakers and the audience. You have to arrange the audience, you have to arrange the speakers, you have to do the agenda. There will be so many subjects, and you have to zero down to particular 4-5 points which is in your agenda. That is some kind of work. You write a concept note about why you have arranged all these concepts. Then you have to circulate this thing to your boss, maybe, or the people who are concerned. You take their opinion, and then you finalize the entire thing. Somebody goes and books a venue for the workshop. So how many people you want to invite? That venue should accommodate all that number. Then their food, then the cost factor. Like say it is only people coming, listening to somebody and going, or some recording has to be done, some photographs have to be taken, something uh, somebody, it has to be recorded also. All those things require an assignment of people. When people are coming also, you are registering them. Registration is a big thing, registration and some material if you are giving, which person, there will be speakers, there will be VIP, there will be normal audience, there will be everybody and the staff. So how to distinguish one from the other? You have to design separate, say, identity card, and the right kind of identity card goes to the right kind of person. So this is an example how you organize a workshop. And whoever has that strength, whoever has that strength, whoever is good at the venue part, organizing the food logistic part, that person can be put in charge into that, and the other person can take care of the concepts and other things. So this is step number 1, identifying according to strength your and assigning the respective job. Then the second thing is like thinking about such processes. If that is something of a branding you are doing of your organization, then you need to, that is not the solitary event that you will be doing. You will be doing a series of such kind of events. When do you do? So you have to have a calendar, event planner, right? So calendar of events. So each calendar will have a different topic. You are not going to discuss the same thing again and again and again, right? So you have to discuss similar kinds, and your branding, your identity will be established on the similar kind of subjects. So this is the second thing you have to do. Third is mega event maybe, or how far can you go organizing these events? There has to be something, right? So like say you are coming up with a publication, might be annual publication, might be there has to be somebody who is writing to the national publications, international publications maybe. So these are the 3 steps: thinking, assigning, and branding, right? These are the 3 ways to organize an event, whatever you are doing. Then so the schedule has to be with 4 Ds. What are the 4 Ds? Do, delegate, defer, and delete, right? So whatever your schedule is, you are not the only person who is going to do everything. Even if you are a leader, what do? So you do something, you plan something, that is your strategy. The second thing is delegate. Your team does, whom you empower, and you give them the tasks, and also train them previously so that they can deliver the task very well in time. So that is for the team. And then defer something you might not be needing right now, but if it is in your say bucket list, then also it is a good thing for the blueprint to happen, because you will be assigning that to some other time, or something has come up that can be the subject of another event. Like we are discussing the workshop event, so in the context of a workshop or an event, that is not to be done right now, but that has come up, and during the discussion or during the arrangement, so that has to be deferred, right, for some other time. Now, till the next event happens. And deleting is whatever is not necessary. Sometimes in the heat of organizing an event, what happens is we take up lot many unnecessary details as well. That is good when you are starting anew, but over a period of time you will know that this is not required. For example, there was a marriage happening, right? So whether to buy the sweets or make the sweets at home, so just give your example, give your instance. What do you think? Should we to do? And the objective is to save cost, right? Obviously. So in experience, what happens is when you make the sweets at home because of the marriage, this is another event, right? What happens is you bring the person who does the sweets, who makes the sweets, two helpers of him, then you buy the raw material and give it to him. He gives some estimate, and after he is done, you will see lot of material is wasted, or it couldn't be used. So what do you do with those raw material? Like say in a family, after the marriage happened, everybody is gone. Suppose 10 kilos of sugar, 20 kilos of besan and other things, oil, say 10-20 kilos, liters are there left, then what do you do? And if suppose the shop owner doesn't take it back, what do you do? It is wasted, right? So, and also you will be spending your time supervising the entire process to see that there is no like misuse happening, right? So you spend your time, you spend normally it happens in the during the night, so you don't sleep and you just observe, supervise the entire thing. At the end of it, you will come to know that if you would have bought all that amount of sweets, then it would have cost just 3,000 more. So you have to weigh as to which option you should have chosen, making the sweets at home or buying it. When you buy, you will get it fresh. Because the shops, they are accustomed to do in lot, so they have arrangement to keep the entire thing fresh. So that is the advantage. Plus you save yourself these sleepless nights, you save yourself being exhausted, right? So that is what you delete, right, in the next event. So these are the 4 D's you have to do. Then schedule your most important task. So this is simple, right? How do you know which is the most important task? Most important task is that task without which no other task can start. That is the most important task. That has to be done first. Like arranging manpower is the number 1 task. If you know that many manpower, say 10 people are going to be required for execution of this particular task, then you should know that if you have 5 people right now, you have to arrange those 5 people right now. If you are opening another site, another office where 5 people are required, then you cannot do any task without recruiting those 5 people, right? So do that first. Then The first thing in the day should not start with an email. The first thing should start with a 10 minutes meeting with your team. That is what I always have done. That way your team knows that the first thing they will get to know how the boss mood is today, and they will not be very apprehensive about the first mail, because that has been the worry of many people whoever come into office. First thing, oh, I might be receiving something which I don't like, maybe from the boss. Many unpleasant things have happened when you have this, right? So make sure, ensure that your team knows that you don't start your day with a mail, and that too with an unpleasant mail. If you have to send an urgent mail somewhere, then that is fine, but not to your team, right? They will be apprehensive then. Avoid continuously browsing your email. If you spend all your time browsing your emails will be like say thousands. Every day 50 to 60 emails will be there, normal. Anybody has receives that many of email, and are you waiting for any email to come? So don't wait for emails, right? And if it is exchanging emails in your team, then it is an absolute no. Don't do that with the team. Just walk to the team member and tell him or her as to what you are thinking, what has come to your mind. If it is a disciplinary matter which has upsets you, definitely you don't go to anybody and talk. You just give yourself some time so that you calm down. You understand what the problem is, why such a thing has happened, and then think by putting yourself on their shoe. That will give a lot of understanding. That understanding which will be counseling to your team members, and those team members will feel energized, empowered with whatever you have said. That is a mistake. Definitely everybody knows a mistake, no? But does anybody commit a mistake knowingly, intentionally? No. 99% time it is not an intentional mistake. So that means what? You have to walk over to your team member and counsel, or you can ask that member to have a cup of tea or coffee and discuss it over, so that the other person has time and has an opportunity to explain why that has happened. So if you go to your email and exchange of email happens, then there will be chance of lot of miscommunication. It will build distrust, it will build hatred, anger, and people just give up. They will not listen to you. So you lose your opportunity to influence another person. So the more empathetic you are, the more opportunity you will get to have this influence. Influence is very important. And lastly, so these are the 10 steps. So last 10th step is like, let us see how much time has elapsed. Solve one problem at a time. Can you solve, by the way, more than one problem at a time? If you have 4 problems, can you solve them at a time? No, right? Nobody can. So why not accept that? Just say 1, 2, 3, 4 problems. Solve the first one, done, allocated, assigned, resolved, then start the second. So this way you will unclutter your day. And I have spent like say 30 more than 30 minutes explaining you this. But if it becomes a habit, it will not take you much time. So if you are watching say kind of live now, you can say live, hashtag live, or if you are watching say afterwards, then say hashtag replay and give your comment as to what has been your takeaway. Was it interesting? Did you like it? Do you like me speaking elaborately on subjects like this? Ask me questions so that I can explain to you also. So, this is all for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.